Greetings from home. We speak to you this day as you are at the edge of a precipice. You are at the edge of a wave of energy that will change every single life on planet Earth. You have been aware of its coming. You have created opportunities for you to experience the energetics and the new light that is now coming into planet Earth as a result of your desire to see it. You are beginning to create a new reality for yourself to become more empowered, to live the way that you are truly when you are home. And we wish to share with you a little bit about that today. For this is one of the journeys that each and every one of you are starting to make now. It has already begun. You are in the process of it. We have spoken of parts of this previously. We will put in order to plant some seeds. Now, those seeds have grown. They have sprouted, and they are producing fruit of their own. So now we will take that to another level and explain the condition of pretending to be a human. For each one of you, when you were born, you carried vivid memories of home. You carried vivid memories of who you really were and the path your soul was to take. You remembered your own plans that you had set for yourself, even though you quickly forgot them once you pretended to be the human. For that was your job as a child. Your job as a child was to look around you and to emulate everyone who was older than you were. For that was your job. And in doing so, you created your story. Do you remember us talking about your story? Each and every one of you have one. And we wish to bring it to your attention today because it is your story that will go through growth pains as you move from one level to the next. What is a story? What does it mean? Now, many of you dislike rules. You dislike having to have rules in your life, and yet each and every one of you has your own set of rules. You have your own set of rules about what you expect in the world around you. From the people that enter your world, for the people that you will call friends, from your family, for other people that you even work around. You have a set of rules. What does that rules look like? Well, if one of those people were to come up to you and suddenly slap you in the face for no particular reason, it would violate your rules. You'd know where your rules were very quickly. But that is an obvious piece. What do you expect from them? That is what we ask you to look at. What do you expect when you open your eyes? What is it you are looking for, and what would allow you to be the freedom of the child that you once knew? For you have built your story. Your story was very important to you in order to build confidence. You know that humans typically learn anything through repetition. It is the only way you do so. And many times that repetition becomes your own trap. Even though it is repeating success over and over again, sometimes it keeps you from seeing even greater successes that are just beyond your own belief systems. But now, the wave of energy is coming in, and it is cleansing planet Earth and every spirit here. And suddenly you will find that you do not have the need for the story in the way that you once did. And we hope that you become conscious of your story. For that is all any creator needs, is to become conscious, to become aware. The biggest challenge you have on planet Earth is that you have total free choice. So you have the ability to doubt yourselves. What an interesting set of rules for planet Earth. A creator that can slap their own creations in the face and doubt yourself. How interesting is that? We never thought of making a rule like that, but you did. Now, what are the other rules in your life? What do you expect from people? And it is not wrong to have those rules. What we simply ask you to do is become aware. For many of those rules or many of your story circumstances will be changing as you move from one level to the next. You have seen it already. It has already needed several adjustments, and you are just at the beginning of this wave of energy that is taking place. Well, you have created a magnitude wave that is beyond what you were originally expecting. It is because so many of you are awakening from the dream. Yes, it was even given earlier that only 5% of humans on planet Earth currently believe the way that you here in this room believe, and we tell you that is not even close. More than 80% believe in some way of what you believe. You are much more united as human beings than you could ever believe. It is only your stories that disunite you, that make you pretend to be separate, that make you pretend to have arguments with yourselves. And it plays out on the large screen of Earth and ends up as a war that nobody really knows why you're fighting. It has happened over and over again. And now you are in charge. For now, you are holding your own responsibility. And that is what we ask you to consider in making your new set of rules for yourself, in re-scripting your story to fit an empowered human. We have worked with harmony on this planet. And many of you will find the art of harmonic resonance. Harmonic resonance is a very simple concept. You have one vibration over here. If you have something over here that makes a similar vibration and you make it over here, it will show up over here. It will resonate back and forth the same way that truth resonates on your planet. It is only your stories that quite often cause the disharmony, for something doesn't quite fit into what your expectations are, and therefore you have disharmony, or you have difficulty communicating from the beings of home. For you carry two beings in your body right now. You carry the spirit from home, which is absolutely pure. It is the part of God that you hold, that is your expression and your responsibility to use. But you also carry this part that you have been building since childhood. It is called your story. It is called your idea of who you think you are in this moment. And it was very necessary, is very needed on planet Earth, for none of you had the confidence to step forward and stand up with your part of the puzzle. And now you do. But even those tools that have gotten you this far, even those important parts that have given you this confidence, now need a little work as you step to the next level. For you will see that those were there just to give you the confidence, just to give you the energy and the support that you needed energetically around you in order for you to step up and play your part. Well, that is happening. Many of you are saying, I still don't know what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm just a normal person that walks around every day. I don't really carry any important piece. You could not be further from the truth. This is a very large puzzle of recreating what you call heaven, or what we call home. For it does not exist currently on planet Earth, only in the memories of your spirits. Now, wouldn't it be nice to be able to take this next step of humanity and this next step of evolution? Wouldn't it be nice to incorporate all of you, every part of your being, instead of just the part that you believe you have to put forward? Well, let us explain a little further of this. For some of you still have doubts about your story. Do you not get up every morning? Do you not go in front of a mirror and comb your hair and prepare yourself and sometimes put on paint and other things in order for you to play the game of pretending to be a human to another human? Isn't that not part of your rules that you play with every day? Do you leave the house without your makeup sometimes? Good, we hope you bend the rules. But they are your rules, and they are not wrong, dear ones. They are simply yours. So all we ask you to do is to become conscious. Become conscious of those rules, of what you expect when you open your eyes. You're finding out on many levels that you are creators to levels that you never understood. It is very difficult for us to tell you that when you open your eyes, you create everything you see in front of you because you believe that those are people. And they're your reflection in many beautiful ways. And you do not create them. But they do come to attention when they are being observed. And you do call them in. And you do harmonize with them. So what is the greatest harmony that you can include in your new stories? Well, first of all, we ask you to take every opportunity of what we call an energy rub and begin looking at the origins of those energy rubs. What does an energy rub look like? Well, you pick up the phone, someone's on the other end of the phone, you have a conversation, but you didn't really like it, and you hang up. You have an energy rub. Something was not quite complete there. Look at that for your expectations. Which one of my expectations was not fulfilled in that phone conversation right there? What was I expecting that did not happen, and how does that fit into my belief systems? Do you know what happened when a creator examines their belief systems? They begin creating on all new levels. This is what we are asking you to do. For you are at a very critical juncture in all of humanity. You have options as to how this wave will be accepted. Many of you have already felt the changes that have started to come upon you in different ways. Some of you have been ripped from where you were and placed in a new position. Some of you have been taken out of your job that you thought was comfortable, only to start a new life. Some of you have been finding yourself face to face with your own teaching and healing abilities, even though you thought you never had any. You are beginning to waken from the dream as mass consciousness, dear ones. It is happening to each and every soul and spirit who is pretending to be a human. And you are going to have to make some adjustments in your belief systems and your rules as to how that is accomplished and to what that feels like. You had a channel up here very recently who talked about running naked. And that stirred a part of the child within each and every one of you, because that is totally free. There's no belief systems at that point. There's no expectations. You are simply being. Each and every one of you can return to that childlike attitude. You do not need to lose your knowledge in order to be childlike. You can move back to that. There is a part of you that gets incredibly excited when the Spirit gets to come through you. When you get to do something creative, something that you love to do. That's Spirit channeling through you. And we tell you there are billions of spirits waiting to jump in at the very first opportunity. You make those choices yourself. But you are moving at the speed of love, which is substantially faster than the speed of light. And all of humanity is evolving at an incredible rate at this moment. It is very beautiful to watch. It is fun to see. Many of you are experiencing what you would call difficulties or challenges at that. All of that has to do with your story. So what we ask you to do is to own your story. Don't try to judge it. Don't try to judge it like you would a book or a story that you would read from someone else. For this is yours. This is much too close for you to judge. God does not judge himself, herself, ever. Simply be. And that is the point that we ask each of you to step forward in. If you knew before you were born that you had a very important ray of light that you had to carry to earth, and no matter what else got in your way, that was the most important piece that your spirit would do while you were here. You are right at the verge of that. Some of you already know where your ray of light is. Some of you already have a hold of it. Some of you are already teaching it and putting it out there in different ways. Some of you think that you are not teachers and that you are simply there to hold energy in a different way. And we tell you, you choose your place in the world according to your confidence, according to who you think you are. But we also ask you to examine your belief systems around that. And as you start moving forward, as all of humanity is taking these next steps are going to be huge for each and every one of you. There have been many planets that have evolved like you have, but none of them have done it consciously. You are not leaving your bodies to take this step. You're doing it right here, and it is going to mean major changes for many of you, beyond what you're even understanding at this moment. But you're also ready for it. Humanity's ready. And that's the part that wasn't there before. It wasn't that long ago that a big shift of this energy came in and tried to anchor itself on planet Earth, and it created a huge wave of fear. Or that's what happens when truth is ahead of itself. Many times humans react in fear for things they do not understand. And that's what happened. You have a long history of torturing people that believe this way. And now you are stepping into your energy. You're stepping into your lives every moment of this. It is magic to see what you are doing, and we hope that you understand the magic and that you can see it too. Because if you include that magic in your belief systems of what you expect to see when you open your eyes, you will create exactly that. You are creating home with a capital H right here, right now. It's never been done this way before. All the scribes of all the times are there. All of the Akashic records are writing down every moment of every detail of every one of your lives. And you thought you were hiding. You thought nobody could see you. It is being documented, dear ones, as to how it was done on planet Earth. Because it's never been done like this before. And each one of you, look at yourself with your belief systems and your stories. And you think you happen to make it at this magical time. You had a very definite reservation to be here in that chair that you're in right now. We're happy you made it. Now, what are you going to do with it? Well, we ask you to stop thinking, first of all, and start feeling. Return to the child. Let the child's expectations determine what you see for a little while, for it is time to balance all of these energies together. Your power as a child is much greater than as an adult, and it has to do with your own belief systems blocking your power. That can change. It can change right now. Because your focus has been on how do I become a good human? How do I become this? How do I get a good job? How do I make my money? How do I do all the things that I'm supposed to do as a human? Not how do I evolve as a spirit? What are your expectations when you open your eyes? What do you expect to see? Do you truly expect to see a miracle? Do you expect to have a miraculous lifestyle of synchronicities just falling into place at the last minute without effort? And so it is. If you can dare to hold that for 7 seconds, it's yours. A pure thought for 7 seconds is yours in any form that you hold it. But do you know how hard it is to hold a thought for 7 seconds? You're going 6, 7, no, didn't work. Very difficult to hold a vibration of that fashion. Now you're going to find that it will happen anyway. Your focus is going to improve. Your own mental abilities, your mental acuity will start taking jumps. The challenge is you don't know why. You can't figure it out, so you don't know what's going on. But literally, ladies and gentlemen, you will become smarter in your own definition of that word. In a very short time, each and every one of you will start to see things from a much larger perspective. It is what's causing all the frustration on planet Earth right now. It is erupting in the Middle East right now from the frustration, but it was not long ago that that same frustration was expressed as Wall Street problems. And all the people that wanted to camp out all over the world to express their frustration Nobody really knows what they're frustrated at. They're frustrated because they can't be the kids they know they are. Their belief systems do not work when they open their eyes. They see something else. It's time to return to who we are, all of us. We know we're going to deal with anger on planet Earth. You have been a polarized planet. You have come from a field of duality, where you have seen everything as light and dark opposites, the ends of the spectrum, and now you're starting to see the whole ray of light in a different way. Take it. Let it fill your joy. Let it fill your being full of the most light that you can hold. And in those moments, when you start to doubt yourself, there's a tool that we will give you. You take this hand just like this, and you slap yourself. For that is not appropriate for God to doubt God. It is a vicious circle that many people get into. If there was one piece that we could give you, it would be confidence. And since that is something that each one of you will have to earn yourselves, we'll be happy to give you that little push out there. That nudge and that carrot that shows you what's ahead. We are not teaching you anything. We are helping you to remember what you already know and who you already are. The time is great. Many of you will feel pressure as you take these next steps. Know that those pressures are from your belief systems and the energy that you are holding out here. So hold joy out there first. Dare to look in the person's eye that you are meeting and find joy before you open your mouth to say hello. Dare to send joy and your passion in everything you do. Do not ever think that it is too much of an advertisement or too much about you. It is your passion, and it should be completely overflowing your every being. And for those of you who can't find your passion or have not been able to anchor it or be able to connect with it in a way that suits you on this side of the veil, know that we will bring you home if we have to show you your passion, for it is now possible to do even that. Each and every one of you, as a spirit, has a passion that you could never dissuade. You have a life purpose as a spirit. Now you are trying to take that life purpose through a physical body and to create it during the time that you are here. Bravo. Good job. Step forward. It's time. We will put the wind beneath your wings, but you have to put them out there. You have to dare to be you, the real you. For that's what you brought to home. And we know you. We see your spirits as the brothers and sisters that you are. You are making a huge difference on this planet. One heart at a time. You are getting closer to home. It is with the greatest of honor that we remind you to treat each other with respect. Nurture one another and open every door you can for each other, for you are helping yourself. It's a brand new game that you're playing. Play well together. Espavo. I have to tell you the funny part about that. This morning, Barbara found a little hair that was sticking up or something. She says, come on in the bathroom for a minute. She says,